So today we have Captain Ankush Shekhar with us. He shall be apprising us with all the requirement and details that are required to become a pilot in India as well as in abroad. So Captain Ankush, please introduce us.
Hi everyone, I'm Captain Ankush Shekhar. I'm working as a senior first officer with an airline named AirAsia India Limited.
Okay. So Captain, if someone wants to become a pilot, what stream of subjects he should opt for in his 11th and 12th standard?
So, in the class 11th, person who wants to become a pilot, he should opt for physics, chemistry, mathematics, formerly known as science with non-medical.
Okay. And is there a minimum grade requirement in 12th boards to start your career as a pilot or to go for the course?
Here's a minimum grade requirement in the subjects I just told you, physics, chemistry and mathematics. That is 60% individually one should get to be eligible of applying for enrollment as a pilot.
Okay. And for the enrollment, uh, what is the requirement and as in the medical requirement and what is the government authority that you applied?
So the government authority that is regulating the pilots' licenses is the Director General of Civil Aviation. So after getting your examination results of 12th and if you fit in the criteria, you have to approach to Director General of Civil Aviation, wherein you submit the requisite documents and you apply for a computer number initially. And after obtaining a computer number, then it's a mandatory requirement to go for a class 2 medical by a prescribed doctor in the list of the Director General of Civil Aviation.
Okay. Now once you get into the course, what are the phases of the course and how long does it take to complete the course and what is the fees of the course in India?
So there's so many questions you have actually asked. So that's correct me if I'm just missing out something.
Yeah.
So the phases we start with is a student pilot license initially. So student pilot license is the first license which you get, and that is the basic requirement if you want to start with your flying.
Okay.
As in abroad, this is normally medical. If you are doing a class 1 medical, then it is as good as a student pilot license in abroad. Whereas in India, you have to get specifically a student pilot license if you really want to start with as a student pilot.
Okay.
Whereas if you want to target a commercial pilot license eventually, then you are not required to get a student pilot license first. You can start with your flying. You can get your examinations for private pilot license cleared, and you can obtain a private pilot license initially. So the first phase is the student pilot, the second phase is a private pilot, and the third phase, the last phase, is a commercial pilot. So after getting a student pilot license, you can pass the examinations and completion of 50 hours of flying experience, you can get a private pilot license. And the eligibility criteria for obtaining a commercial pilot license is 200 hours as per DGCA, that is the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, and on passing of the examinations, that is the air navigation, aviation meteorology and air aviation. So I think you asked for the difference if you are getting that, if you are doing that in India or abroad.
So basically the phases in the course and how long does it take to complete the course and what is the fees?
Okay. The time period required to do the course in India is the flying, I'm just talking about flying, that is about 1 to 1.5 years normally. Depending on the weather conditions, depending on the number of aircraft the flying school has, and etc. Whereas in abroad, as I did from United States, I completed the course in 7 to 8 months of my flying training as well as the examinations of a private pilot, commercial pilot over there, and the instrument pilot as well. So the whole course was completed by me in 7 to 8 months in the US.
Okay. And what is the fees in India?
The fees, the time when I did my training, that was in the year 2007 and 2008. The cost of a dollar at that point of time is about 40 rupees. You can imagine the cost of a dollar right now is 75. So the fees has been doubled. So the amount of fees right now is about $42,000. That is approximately, you can calculate about 30 lakh rupees one has to pay if you are doing that from abroad, and the fee is approximately the same if you are doing that in India as well, because in India initially there are two type of trainings you have to do. Firstly, the single engine training, that is of about 190 hours, so that is a separate cost, and you have to do 10 hours of multi-engine training to get your CPL endorsed with multi-engine rating as well. So there are two ratings that will be endorsed after doing both the trainings, a single engine as well as multi-engine. So the total cost in India, that will be approximately the same, about 30 lakhs, and just a matter of about a lakh or so difference that could have been possible in doing that from India or abroad. It could be more, it could be less.
Okay. So now once you have received your license, how do you apply for a job?
So after receiving your license, you have to firstly prepare your resume, wherein you have to mention the details separately, that how many number of hours you have as an instrument flying, what you have done, how many hours you have done as a PIC, and all those the requisite number of hours, and your CPL license number, your RTR, the radio telephony license. So I just want to tell you about licenses also, that after obtaining a commercial pilot license, you should have a radio telephony license, as well as you should have a class 1 medical certificate from a class 1 designated examiner, sorry, class 1 designated doctor. So these three things are the mandatory requirement to actually apply for a job in India. So you can apply for a job in an airline as well as in a charter company by submitting your resume, and as per their requirement they will call you. So I just want to say that that is the basic requirement, the CPL, the commercial pilot license, to apply for a job in any airline or a charter company in India.
Okay. And once you have obtained the license, let's say from India or from abroad, if someone wants to settle abroad, what are the career prospects there in abroad?
Okay, so if I have obtained a license, let's say I have a FAA, that is the Federation Aviation Administration, the regulating authority in the United States. So if I have that license, I really can't apply for a job as a trainee first officer in any airline or a charter company, because the minimum requirement the United States has is at 1,000 hours. So for that 1,000 hours, you have to have a flight instructor license. You have to obtain a flight instructor license, and then you have to train the students there and build up your hours to 1,000 before you apply for a job over there. Whereas in India, if you are applying for a job, the minimum requirement is the CPL, that's a commercial pilot license, that can be obtained in 200 hours of flying.
Now the last question is, what are the salaries of a pilot in India and in abroad?
So the salaries of a pilot in India as well as in abroad, as per the designation, is pretty much the same. So in India, I started with AirAsia initially as a trainee first officer, wherein I was getting a stipend of about 60,000 rupees. Thereafter, there are phases wherein you get released as a first officer, and you've been promoted rather as a first officer, then your salary increased to about 1,20,000 rupees. Thereafter, after completion of certain time, let's say, I think 1 year with the company or 1,000 hours of flying experience, whichever is later, you get a hike of to about 2,50,000 rupees a month. So that will be for a longer time till you get the final stage of license, that is the airline transfer pilot license, which I have right now, and become a senior first officer initially. And that is a basic requirement for a commander, or rather to apply for a commander, that is rather called as a pilot in command on any airline or a charter company. So that is the basic requirement of airline transfer pilot license. So after obtaining an airline transfer pilot license, when you are promoted as a senior first officer, your salary increases to about 3,70,000 rupees. And after getting a command, when you apply for a command and completing necessary route checks and the company trainings, you will be getting about 6,50,000 rupees a month as a salary.
I think that are all our questions. So thank you so